Hey guys, thanks for joining us. We are doing Bo Jackson Battle Arena. What's it worth? So, a lot of questions in our community with about what our collections are worth, both individually, our sealed product, our collective product. Well, we're going to try to get a solution for that tonight. We have a lot of experts in our community that are going to join us, three specifically, and then we have a little special guest, Mr. X. Mr. X is going to be here and he's going to evaluate the collection, look at all the advice that he is given by the experts, and make an offer on a collection or an individual card. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you for joining Radish Digital. Slappy White, who are the experts that we have with us tonight?
Well, we've got Seth from Mainely Breaks. Hey, Seth, how are you doing?
Doing well. Thanks
Thank
for
you so
having me,
much for
guys.
being.
How you doing,
And
Seth?
of course, you've seen
Excellent.
Seth on Whatnot, so he is handling these cards all the time. You've got your favorite data manager is Big Rob, who knows everything about data from Radish Price Guide. Hey, Rob.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Glad you could
Hey,
be here.
Rob, how
And
you
then-
doing, buddy?
Good.
And we've got Anthony from Cursive Breaks, who looks at collections daily now, almost, for people in the community, buying, selling, advising. So not selling, buying, advising, I should say. So thanks, Anthony, for joining us.
Yep.
Jason, today we have Jammer from the community. For those who've been involved in Bo Battle since the beginning, they know that Jammer is somebody who's been around since the beginning. He has an insane collection. And so I think, you know what, Jason, we've got a lot to get through today. I'm going to bring Mr. X up on stage so he can watch on the sideline, just see this collection unfold. I think if you're a collector of Bo Battle, I mean, this is the type of stuff like when you see the person in your town who's like 85 and you didn't think they had two nickels to rub together. And then you go, their barn, somebody opens it up and they have 10 antique, British cars that are worth like $1 million each. Like that would be like Jammer's collection if he opened it. And let's get him up on stage. Jammer,
Hey, guys.
welcome. Excited to look at your collection. And Jammer, the first one that we're going to go ahead and take a look at is that we're going to take a look at this AI promo. And let me go ahead and add this on. But Jammer, the cards we're about to show, you're willing to let everyone go? Like they're all negotiable?
Hey,
What's that?
everything's got a price. I mean, I'm ready to sell.
All right.
Whatever.
Yeah, and look, guys, just to reiterate what Slappy's saying, you're going to see a couple cards here. Jammer's collection is absolutely amazing. Some rare cards that you're about to see. So hopefully you enjoy it. I mean, I've enjoyed looking at it. And Slappy, I mean, this is the biggest collection that we've looked at year to date so far. How are we going to break this down? Oh, wow.
Holy crap!
All right, well, I'll start going through them one at a time. The first one we have up is the AI, and this is what's interesting, Seth and Rob, I know that you guys are longtime geeks. I guess I never looked that closely that they actually put the word geek onto the card. For those folks who backed the Bo Jackson Battle Arena project before it was printed, when Jeff French came to us and said, hey, I had this idea when I was 12 years old and I invented this game. And by the way, I'm going to do it now. Do you want to put a lot of your money into this make-believe game that's never been printed? This was a card for that community. And so people had that opportunity. That stopped once it became a bigger community. So I want to be clear about this. This was kind of like an early reward card. It doesn't continue to this day because part of the ethos of Bo Jackson Battle is they want everybody to have a fair shot to have some of the best cards. But this is so I think the print run is supposedly around 100, but the power, it's 195 power. If you're using this to play Bo Battle, very few people can beat you. The odds of somebody pulling a card greater than this to beat a 195 are extremely rare. So that's our opening card.
Wow. That's an amazing opening card. AI, everybody knows Allen Iverson. My daughter's a Georgetown Hoya. He's a Hoya. Man, what a good one to start out with. So, Seth, I'm not going to do it to you. I'm not going to you first. I see.
I want it.
You want it first? All right, you got it, buddy.
So this is Jammer.
Wow.
I've only seen this card one other time, and I don't know if the 100 print run, and maybe that's accurate, Slappy, but I feel like that was only for Amon Ross and Brown, and the ones.
That's what I've heard.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're
Yes.
right.
But I remember having the opportunity to buy this during the auction. I never knew like what the place to be was. And every time I was like, okay, now I'll try, they were gone. But I think right now in current market, AI is such a great name, beautiful card. It's about $1,500 for this card.
All right. Anthony, I know your wheels are spinning, my friend. Where are we thinking here for this beautiful AI?
Yeah, so power level alone, right? 195. I think they're minimum $800 cards. I think Seth made a good point that the geek word is on there, and that's still kind of a mystery for most people within BoJack's and Battle Arena. I know there's a few people that have been into geeks early on. Jammer, my friend, we miss you. There's some people that have gotten on recently, even within Alpha Update, who don't know who Jammer is. One of the best guys in BoBA. So thank you for bringing your face back out to the community. First off, but this card for me, I think it's a big one, right? We talked about the Amon St. Brown one, Amon Ra, being the geek promo that had a pretty big print run. These ones do not, and I think Seth's right by saying, hey, this is obviously on the higher end of that. I'm a little higher than Seth, I believe. I think I'm at like 1,600. I mean, I think it'd go higher. But I think at minimum, this is a $1,600 card for me. AI is one of the most sought after original alpha heroes. His cards in general from day one were a lot higher than anyone else's, him being one of the top 3 right under Bo Jackson. So yeah, I think this is an easy $1,600, especially for someone who wasn't around years and years ago with those original geek promos. That may be getting into geeks now, or just huge and has a little bit of FOMO.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Big Rob, what's the machine telling us?
The machine's telling me that everybody that bought these are not selling them. So good luck finding one for sale. And if you do, you should probably buy it for whatever they ask, because it's the only one you're going to find.
Yeah.
I have it on my sheet at 1,500, but my gut says if you're patient, you could probably get 2,000 for it.
Okay. What a humdinger to start off with. Talk about hitting a leadoff home run there, Jammer.
Woo-wee.
I know they're good. They're hard to get. I mean,
Yeah.
I was lucky to get both of them that time.
Both of them. We have another one in the collection?
Yes.
All right.
So
Seth,
All right. Well,
Slappy.
first, okay. So the next one we have up, we're going to stick with AI, and we're going to look at AI, and this is going to be a Fire Rod. It's a 185 power, and it's a PSA 10.
Holy crap!
So lot of stuff going on here too, guys, with that 185 power, not that 195 glow that we just saw. But again, AI and talking about players compared to collectors, we have a graded card here. Graded card, Gem Mint 10, AI. We'll let Anthony start this one off.
Yeah, I mentioned the last AI card. Allen Iverson brings a premium, always has from day one. On my sheet, typically, I think 185 on low ends of 250, high ends 400. But we're talking about Allen Iverson. We're talking about AI here. I think this is an easy $600 card for me. I mean, I even say with the PSA 10, maybe 800. So I'm going to go on the high end here just because I know how much people want AA cards. As we know, Jason wanted one early on, and I know it was a struggle for you to get one.
Yeah.
But AI is a big one. The rat is beautiful. It's a fire. It's a 185. Everything about this card is everything you would want in a card that you're going to slab up. So I'll go high, and I'll go, instead of the 6, I'll go 800.
Yeah. And look, guys, I love that you guys are giving explanation for the values. It's not just, hey, my gut's telling me this. It's data that you guys have gathered with your experience in the community, whether it be through breaks or buying lots or doing single shows or putting websites together. Guys, like, y'all know what you're talking about. And I just want to, kind of commend y'all for that. So Seth, not to kind of set the stage too high, buddy, but go ahead.
Oof, that's a lot of pressure, buddy. Okay. I'll tell you what, this is another card. It has a lot going on for it. I can't add much more about what Cursive talked about in AI and the collectability of him as a hero. I will say, as I do grade a lot, and one thing I have noticed that the high end, when I typically get 2x of the raw, high end hasn't always been there. It's kind of been sometimes more, sometimes less. Having said that, I think this easy $400 to $500 card raw, I put yet 900 back to you because of the Gem Mint 10.
Okay. All right. Big Rob.
You're not seeing any sales on this in the Radish price guide, but there is a glow that sold in December for about 700. Being this is a PSA 10, and the fact that you just don't see a lot of sales on these AIs, I got it at 800. Just the premium on the graded card.
Okay.
There.
Pretty close. Pretty close.
And
all
Rob,
three of you guys on that
and
one.
Rob, we should say is that one of the things you can filter for, and can you filter in Radish price guide? Or let me ask you, can you filter for graded cards?
You can. So when you go and look at a card, there's a filter on the top right corner that lets you change the grade.
And of course, it's so early. We really don't see too many of that. But I mean, that's really something for a couple of years out when you start seeing a lot of grading coming through, right, Rob?
Yeah, it's like if you look at like a Topps Chrome Refractor, you're going to see a ton of graded card sales for your big names. For Bo Jackson Battle Arena, the print runs so low, they're just not there to really have a market for it.
And to kind of dovetail off of that topic, some guys who are more play heavy, they're not going to grade cards. They're just not going to, because they're going to use those cards in their decks, and they don't want to. I think Frenchie said it in one of the comments. He's like, they don't want to lose their man card and get a proxy at the National. They want to throw that 195 Cushman out when they're playing the game. So, a lot of people don't do the grading. But next one up here.
All right. Well, first of all, just to recap. So we had 800 by Rob, 800 for Anthony, and 900 for Longtail on that last card.
Yes.
Next card up is going to be the Crushman. Also, that's what I think Jammer was talking about when he said, I have another one coming up. And of course, this is another 195. It is glow. It is limited print run.
Holy crap.
And it's just beautiful. And of course, early we were talking on a different show about Crushman and the disappointing seasons he's now starting to rack up. And so whether his power is going to be cut. So it'll be interesting to see how people feel about this Crushman 195, Jason, compared to the AI 195.
Yeah, it's kind of purposely by the BoBA team. They kind of tell you the print run, they kind of don't tell you the print run, but we know that the Amon-Ra is somewhere around 100. I mean, I think that we're pretty solid on no more than 100. And then the other ones in the set were lower than that. Where they fall, I don't know. But I think that the bigger my guess is, the bigger the hero, the lower the print. So,
there was a lot of upset people when these came out, because when they went out, they were gone. And some guys were mad because they didn't get them.
Yeah.
I'm talking like some of the geeks that, and it's like, they told you time, you missed out.
Well,
Yeah.
and also it was a Dutch auction. It was a Dutch auction. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But it went really fast though.
Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. So I think Seth started with the last geek. Let's let Anthony start with this one.
For me, again, the geek promos are such a big flex. We talk about, putting down things that people can flex in BoBA. It's foil cards, right? Foil dogs, whatever it is that's going to make your opponent just be like, whoa, he's been doing this a while, or whoa, like, where'd you get that card at? And I think the geek ones are definitely at the top of that list. The Crushman, for me, doesn't have the power that AI does. And I know I was pretty high on the AI one. I'm a little lower down on the list for this one. I was going to say 14, but I may even be a little lower. I'm probably going to go 1,200 on this one. That may be too low, but I just don't think the name is there for me on this one. So I'm going to go 1,200.
Yeah. Okay. Rob, how are we feeling here? Any sales on this guy?
I don't even track these geek promos on the price guide. I love the fact that if you took one of these and played it at the National, and you're paired up against somebody that just started in the Griffey, the Griffey era, they might not even know what this card is.
Yeah.
I've got this one, I think, kind of low at 1,000, but I'm going to stick with it. I don't think you're going to convince somebody that this is going to be near the same price as the AI.
Yeah. I'm talking about playing it at the National. Now, I think one of the most experienced players on this panel right now is probably Anthony. Anthony, does this fall under, like, if you're going to put this in a Madness deck and you have, your 10 Blizzards, does this fall under that bonus card for that Blizzard, or does it not?
No, if you have this card, you're in the Apex Playmaker. You're in that solo one. You're in it for the big money. So I don't think this goes anywhere near a Madness deck.
Mhm.
I think this is for top dogs, and if you have this, everyone already knows you're a top dog. So
Yeah. Okay. So okay. Interesting. All right, Seth.
Top dog only card. You guys, both really good assessments here. Now, back to what you're saying. I don't think Adley has quite the collectability from a collecting standpoint as AI. However, when they made this card, he just had a monster year, so expectations were high. Anyway, I put it at 1,250. I'm a little bit higher.
Okay. All right. So, Seth is top dog in that round there with Crushman at 1,250. Anthony's at 1,200, and Rob and the Machine is at 1,000. So, next one up.
All right.
There,
Next one up is we're keeping with Crushman. We've got the 195 Gum Auto, also PSA 10.
Holy crap.
All right, a lot of stuff going on here, guys. You got Crushman, who've been a topic in this collection and other collections that we've looked at previously, and then the 195 Power. Look, I mean, geez, we've looked at a 195, 195, 195, and 185. So we are dealing with big boy cards here, guys. And
My head's spinning.
yeah, I mean, wow, and your auto and your PSA 10. So that's a lot of stuff going on there. Rob, I'm gonna let you start this one off. This one's got a lot going on, and I'm kind of curious to see any activity on this one.
I'm not seeing any sales on the Gum Auto. There's one for the Glow Auto, but I mean, it was pretty low. Where was it at?
Any other Gum Auto 195s out there sales?
Let me pull that up. I'm sure there are in alpha, maybe not. Like,
Yeah.
there's just such a low print run on them.
Yeah, and sorry to drill you on this. I'm just trying to emphasize the age of these cards, where it falls in the whole BoBA, history and the rarity of them.
Yeah, I've got a Starbuck 1895 last sale, but it's been a little while. There's a Brandy, but that one's 200 power at 1,500. And again, these aren't like recent sales.
Yeah.
I've got it down. It's a PSA 10. Let me pull my sheet back up. The Crushman Gum Auto, I've got at 2,400, which I think that's probably a little bit high, but I did a little research on these cards when I went through them, so I'm going to stick with it.
Okay. 2,400. That's the biggest evaluation for one card that we've received so far. So, all right, Anthony.
yeah, this is an amazing card. An amazing collection so far. Again, if you guys aren't aware who Jammer was, I know he's been a little MIA, but after this show, you're gonna know who Jammer is. Big dog over here. So for me, I said it prior and I've said it before. When it comes to bubblegum and hexes, if it's a non-auto, hexes outsell bubblegum any day of the week. Once you get into the autos, it completely flips its on top of its head, and it's bubblegum auto all the way. Mm-hmm. So this is a massive card. I think for me, I think Rob said 24. I don't know if it's at 2,000 for me. I know it's a mint 10. It's hard. I mean, I don't know if I'm at like 16, 18. I got to throw a number. This is tough.
Well, put your big boy pants on and give me a number.
I'm trying. I didn't know there was going to be this much pressure.
You mean you didn't know you'd have to do what you were expected to do?
Right.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna go 1800. You know, I'm trying to build some suspense here. So thank you guys. I'm gonna go 1800, right under that $2,000 mark again.
Fair
'cause it's
point,
Christmas.
Anthony. Fair
Right.
point.
Are-
You're
are you-
you're
are you
you're too good of
sure?
an actor. You're
You
too
need to
good
get
of
like a glass of water or something. I mean, you sure? You good there? All right, Seth, go ahead, buddy. I won't pick on you anymore. I love you, buddy. Seth.
I loved what you were doing, Anthony. I felt it. I knew it. So here's the deal. Rob, I think you're a little high. But this is coming from someone who grades, and I love the premium of a PSA 10. I gotta think this is a pop one. I'm not so sure about that, but I would imagine there's an Adley collector out there somewhere that's gonna pay you $17.50 for this card. It's a beautiful card. And yeah. Anyone who either loves Adley or is a bubblegum auto collector would love to have this one.
So you're saying a pop one because it's a PSA 10, right, Seth?
Yes. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but I would think it's got to be a super low pop.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a great point. Great point. So you're in a pop of just the bubblegum auto, but then you're in a different pop because of the grading. Yeah. Good
The only
point.
gem.
Yeah. So all right. So Rob's at 2,400. Anthony was at 1,800, and Seth's at 1,750. So
All right.
I mean,
Next
I can't
one
wait
up.
to see the next one. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. The next one we have up is again another Crushman 195, and this is the Hex inspired ink and number 5 out of 10.
Wow. This is Anthony was just kind of giving a comparison on this one, man, with the bubblegum autos compared to the Hex autos. And look, something else too. And Seth, I'm gonna let you start off with this one just to I'll dovetail into, when the PSA 10 on an auto card, so they're not only grading the condition of the card, edges, centering, things like that, they're also grading the auto, correct?
No, not this is they're just grading the card. So if they're
Just
grading the
the card,
auto,
okay.
they would have an auto grade as well. It would say
Okay.
auto, and there would be 2 grades.
Okay. So go ahead. You're gonna start us off there.
Yeah, thanks. So I'm a Hex lover, and I agree. I've been able to purchase Hex and gums of the same player, and for some reason, even though it's basically almost the same, I get Hexes a little bit cheaper. So I'm at 1,500 for this for Adley because I was at 1,750 for the gum.
Okay. All right. Anthony?
Yeah, I think Seth's kind of proven my point with that statement there is that it's Hex over gum until there's an auto on it. I think what it is, one, the mention in it hasn't been said for sure that the gum autos are 8 to 12, maybe even less the higher power they go. So we know the Hex autos are of 10. I think the bubblegum autos, especially at this higher power, I think they're less than the 10. And maybe that's a reason why that the gum autos are higher. But I'm at 14. I think this is a great card. One thing to quickly note, if you're a player with cards like this and you're slabbing them, there's a rare instance where you do slab cards at this power or this value. But if you're playing at national, you're a big enough dog to where you're proxying all these ones. So that's why there's no hesitation on the slabbing or grading of these cards. But 1,400 for me, Jason.
Yeah. So you agree with giving up, as Frenchie said, giving up your man card to get a proxy for your big cards? You're okay with that?
Personally, no, but I understand that it happens. As my good friend Jake would say, that these cards are for playing, and we do not slab play cards.
Yeah, and it's a hot topic. It's a big debate in the community. So, Big Rob.
I think Frenchie said it best. These ships are meant to sail.
Yeah,
I love playing with people who play with the raw cards.
yeah,
I think the greatest thing ever. This one, I didn't see any last sales on this one, but I've got this one in my sheet at 1,400.
Okay.
So I looked at Radish price guide at power level, parallel weapon. And there's a couple of sales, gave it a little bit of a premium for a PSA 10.
Yeah. Well, look, guys, we're pretty close there. Rob's at 1,400. Anthony is at 1,400, and Seth is at 1,500 there on a little bit of a high end, but really, really close there, guys. So, very good.
All right, and I think this is our final Crushman, and not to be not to disappoint, it is not only an 80s rad at the 185 power level. So again, when you unlock that Apex card by having 10 rad in your Apex deck, it also is a glow.
Yeah. You know, I mean, it's nice to talk about, you know, a bunch of cards, and we keep saying Apex level. I mean, this is again big boy cards. So, Anthony, start us out with this one if you don't mind, my friend.
Yeah. So I remember a conversation with Callie way back when, where I think he was wanting to create a all red deck. I don't think he fortunately got around to it. So I will say my wife's deck is the only complete full red deck. Also the very first complete any treatment deck. So shout out my wife's deck. But as far as this Crushman here, I will say the Rads are beautiful cards. Big fan of the glow. Mentioned earlier that for me, 185 is low 250, high fours. This is an alpha card. It being the glow adds a little something for me. I'm at 450 on this one. And then throw in one more quick story about the PSAs and what we mentioned earlier about slab or non-slab. The very last card about that for that rad deck that I built was a 160 Amon Ra still rad that was slab PSA 10. The day that I got in the mail, the day it was cracked, it is in the sleeve, double sleeved, but it is in the sleeve. So that's how we roll over here. 450 is my number, Jason.
I like it. Rob?
Yeah, this one, not seeing any sales on it, but the Crushman Rad Glow, I've got it 300. That's just looking at the power level parallel, seeing what the other heroes are doing around that area.
Okay. So 300 there. And Seth?
Yeah, this is another one where I think time has not been kind to the Adley collectors. We know Glow's out of 5 for the Rad, so it's a rare card. However, with the new Griffey release, 185's a little bit more plentiful. So I'd put this one at 300 too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and Seth, I think that's a good point. So Seth's at 300, Anthony 450, and Rob at 300. I think that's a good point that nobody's really touched up on is with the Griffey release, and I've had this conversation with some people specifically about supers, where you know supers at the end of the update edition, supers were hard to find, you know, and then all of a sudden and Slappy, we touched on this in one of the BoBA Breakers for Breakfast show, how many 101s are there in the Griffey set. Well, supers, we know that there's 130 heroes, 60 of them signed. So we're talking about 190 more supers going into the market with the Griffey release. So, you know, good point there, Seth. And that's with every parallel and every weapon type. So great point. Slappy, next one, please.
All right. Next one is going to be another PSA 10. This one, as a Yankee fan, Donnie Baseball.
Holy crap.
185.
Yeah. Dude, wow. Do we have Yankees fans on the panel today? Any Slappy or yeah, Seth? Okay.
Listen, I'm just gonna hop in and go. I can't. Don't even ask, okay? Because I'm a Donnie Baseball collector, and I have every auto. And for you know what, guys, screw you, because they're all slabs and they're all 10s. Okay, and I don't have a 1 of 1. I just want to have one Donnie 1 of 1, and this is so gorgeous. It's priceless. I'm not even gonna give you a price.
Not even okay. So priceless. Okay, that's where Seth's at. All right. All right, who wants to follow that up, boys?
No, come on. What's the price?
No, it's 2,500. I'd say 2,500 for that. Yeah.
All right. Anthony.
I'm close to Seth on this. You know, when we come talk about supers, there's obviously for the featured heroes, there's a autoed and non-autoed.
Right.
These pink hexes have the same power, I believe. It isn't a super, so there is a small knock on that when it comes to playability or certain aspect in the gameplay. It doesn't trump ties, but it's a 1 of 1. It's 185 power. There's not another Donnie Baseball coming out that looks like that. This is a card. You know, I don't have a solid Donnie Baseball. This would be a nice one to have in the collection. This is a PC for anyone I feel like this would be hard to move, even for Jammer, even though the number's on here. Yeah, I'm probably 1,800, and I know that's low.
All right, Dodger fan. That's your
I know,
number?
I know. 1,800, because I think the Super's where Seth said, so I got to put this one a little lower.
All right. Good reasoning there. Rob?
Yeah, obviously I looked this up and there was no last sale on it,
Right.
but I did look at other non-super secret 101s, and I've got this one at 2,500.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So two identical there with Seth and Rob. Dodger fans at 1,800. So that kind of makes sense there. So this is the first 101 in our Bo Jackson What It's Worth show, right, Sloppy? I mean, it's that's pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. And again, Jammer, thank you so much for sharing it with us. Next one up there.
All right, next one up is going to be a Grandmama Hex inspired ink. And this is 5 out of 10 power 190. And of course, it's a Jammer card, so it's PSA 10.
Holy crap!
Yeah. Look, beautiful artwork. I think Grandmama is one of the most popular artworks in all of BoBA. 190 Hex Auto Alpha 10. Go get it, Big Rob.
I've got this one in my sheet at. I've got this one in my sheet at 700.
700. Okay.
And if I pull up the price guide, there's not any last sales on it, but it's a 190 card. Well, there's not any. There was a sale on August 5th. I apologize, and it's an SGC 1010, and it was $450. I think the market on these is up quite a bit since August, which is why I got it at 700. It's one of the best artworks in the game.
Yeah.
Such iconic. Grandmama commercials were one of my favorites in the 90s, so I was really happy to see this in the set.
Yeah, it was just, very well done by BoBA. So, Anthony?
I will go on record by saying that if you are into Bo Battle Arena, a Grandmama card is a must-have in your PC. I don't know how you're into Bo Jackson Battle Arena, and this isn't one of the most iconic cards. We said that the art on this is amazing. I was like, it's just Larry Johnson as on Family Matters and the commercials that they were. I mean, you could just take a picture. There wasn't much needed to add to this as far as Larry Johnson as Grandmama. I have a metallic version of this one. It's not going anywhere. This is a staple to the set. Probably one of the top looking cards for me. This might be my favorite card of the set in all time, right? And it's just Larry Johnson in his moo. Value wise, if it wasn't a PSA 10, I'm at 850. I'm not the PSA guy. I'm cracking all the cards if I get them. So I don't know what the PSA 10 adds for me on this card. I'm going to stay at 850 because this needs to be cracked. This needs to be played. This needs to be.
All right, but that's not what you're talking about. What he can sell it for. So you have to guess what the PSA 10 value add is. Not for Kirsten.
Yeah.
Okay.
As it sits today, what's it worth, Anthony?
Okay. If I'm at 850 non-PSA 10, I'll go to 950. 950 is my number.
Okay.
Twisting arm over here.
Fair enough. All right, Seth. Now the greater guy. Yeah.
We're going to be way different here. And I agree with you all on you have to have a Grandmama in your collection. I had one. Guess what? I graded it and sold it and made some money. Then I'm like, I miss it. So I went out and bought another one because I missed having the card. This is beautiful. And I put this at $1,350 for your PSA 10 beautiful gem. I think 700 raw on the low end for Grandmama. I think you'd look at more at least 800 if buying a raw card for that. So 1,500 is pretty generous in terms of a PSA 10, I think.
Okay, and guys, listening to you guys speak, for some reason I thought of, Grandmama. I think y'all all said, hey, you should PC this, and everyone should have at least one Grandmama. I feel the same way in the update edition of Sputnik. and for some reason I tie those two together. I mean, just similar, not similar artwork, but I guess similar theme. It just, I don't know. For some reason, I'm tying those two together. So just want to throw that out there in the universe. So Seth's at $1,350, Anthony $950, and Rob at $700. So next one up, Slappy. What
All
a
right, we got
Jammer, what a collection, my friend.
Oh, gorgeous.
we have two left. Jimmer, I got you on mute there because of course you have a sporting event on the background. We'll get to you. We'll unmute you in a second. Nice game, pretty boy, a 190 power. And for folks who are not paying attention, this is the Hex Great Grandma Linoleum. So it is one of those secret one of ones.
Yeah. So our second 101 of this collection, 190 Keith Hernandez. Man, in the Griffey set, guys. So this is our first Griffey card of this collection that we're looking at. We looked at, I'm going through it real quick, I believe all alpha so far, and jumping right over alpha update and going into Griffey. So Seth, why don't you start us out with this one?
Yeah, beautiful addition to this series that you showed us here, Jammer. Nice game, pretty boy. I mean, someone was a Keith Hernandez fan when they gave the power levels for the Griffey update. Because I don't know if 190 is quite deserving. Sorry, Eric. Actually, Hall of Famer, great career. I still love the Mets. 101, you get a lot going on for it. I put it at $900 back to Jammer.
Okay. Big Rob.
Yeah, obviously there's no last sales of this one either. I got this one at $1,500. It's Great Grandma's Linoleum. It's the retail 101. So I've got it a little bit lower, 190 power, $1,500.
Okay.
Yeah, and Jammer didn't bother to even get Jammer didn't bother to get a PSA 10 on it, so it's almost worthless. But
so, and look, you realize, guys, I'm jumping around because I want to keep you all on your toes. So just throwing that out there. Anthony.
I'll make it quick because it seemed like Scott's rushing my answers. I'm at 700. I know it's low. It is a one of one, but there's like 10 one of ones for each featured hero in Griffey. That's where I'm at.
Point, Anthony. It's a valid point. I'm glad you brought that up, Anthony. I like that because I mentioned it before. One of the topics with Slappy on one of your shows was what was the number, Slappy? Was it $699?
No, it's like $899. It's right around 890.
899 101s in the Griffey set. So a lot higher than, I forget what number I gave, but I was wrong. So I was off there. So to recap, Seth at 900, Anthony at 700, and Rob at 1,500. So last one here, guys. Slappy.
All right, we're gonna go with Shohei Ohtani, and of course you know him as Showtime, a 185 Hex Blizzard, and of course this is not a secret 101 because he is not a signer. He has not been unmasked, but it is a PSA 10.
Holy crap.
Of course.
Wow. What a beaut, huh? That I mean, I felt like I just opened a pack and hit a hex. I mean, that just kind of surprised me. I mean, that's we call those big U bombs over here, and wow, that's beautiful. So Anthony, I'm gonna let the Dodgers start with this one, my friend. Go ahead.
If you're asking me what I want, $1 million. No, I think for me, this is an easy, probably. Let's see. I think a Rad Hex Showtime sold, I think, for about $1,200. Rob can probably correct me if I'm wrong. This is a PSA 10. I like the Reds a little better than the Blizzies, but I'll keep it there. I'll keep it at $1,200. I think this is an amazing card. Shohei cards are going to go up. Hopefully, one day we can get them to sign. But it's an easy $1,200 for me.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, a quick question. I'm going to throw a little curveball at y'all. So you said hopefully one day we get them to sign. So what if you are at the National and you have this card? It's not in a slab, and you have the opportunity to get Shohei to sign this particular card. Do you do it or do you keep it as is?
If it's to me, one, I forgot he does sign a limited edition box of the Dodgers championship. So I will backtrack there. But
Okay.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I feel like if the card's supposed to have an auto, it has auto. If it's not supposed to, it's not supposed to.
Okay. All right. Just throwing it out there. And you're shaking your head, Big Rob. What were we shaking our
I
head
just
about?
got to make a correction. He didn't sign the box. It was a cut auto.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It was a cutout. Wait, what was it?
It was a cut auto. So they they purchased or acquired somehow, and his autograph, and cut it out and secured it to the box somehow. I never saw the box, so I don't know how they did it.
Thanks for the
Okay.
clarification.
Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Well, Rob, since we're talking about you, let's give you your evaluation of this one.
The gum sold recently at 728 raw, I believe. That was the December 24th. The gum sold December 14th for 11.95 raw. And then I've got this one because there's no last sales on this one in the PSA 10. And the last sale raw was $500 in May. But I've got this one at Showtime. I've got this one at 1,200 in my sheet.
Okay. 1,200. And Seth?
It's clear that I am the grader because I'm consistently giving higher valuations than some of the graded cards. Yeah, so I think Showtime, Shohei Ohtani, he crosses over everywhere. So not just for Bo Jackson Battle Arena collectors or players. Everyone loves Shohei. I have this at 1750 back to Jammer. And yes, if I were there, I'd be like, please sign this with this silver ink, sir. Thank you.
There you go. Perfect. Yeah. Good answer there. Yeah. So Anthony, the Dodger at 1,200, and Rob at 1,200, and Seth at 1,750. So very interesting there, guys. Very interesting.
All right. Well, Jason, the numbers are in, and we looked at 10 cards. A little bit of a different collection. We've done a couple of these shows, and we haven't had a number this high. So the low value of this collection is 11,150. The high is 15,200. It's interesting. That is a $4,000 gap, but it's not as wide as everything because everybody is appraising these things very high. And then the average was $13,175.
Wow. Yeah. So I mean, relatively percentage-wise, maybe comparable to the other collections we've looked at, not dollar amount wise, but
A percentage.
Yeah, percentage wise, I think we're kind of close. Huh, Slappy?
Yeah,
So,
you might be right.
Yeah. No, I think I'm definitely right. So, very interesting. So, here's the exciting part, Jammer. We are going to go to Mr. X, and we are going to see if Mr. X is interested in purchasing the entire lot, purchasing individual cards, and for the offer that he is going to give you. Are you ready for me to ask Mr. X for that?
Sure.
All right. Mr. X, how do you feel about this lot? Are you prepared to give an offer on the entire lot? Are you prepared to give an offer on any individual cards? And if you are, let me know those individual cards and the offers, please. Uh-oh. Jammer's taking a swig of something.
Jammer, let me
Dr. Pepper.
I have to thank you for Jammer for showing us these gorgeous cards because not many of us will ever have the opportunity to see these things. It's been a pleasure just to view them and be able to comment on them.
I echo that. I definitely echo that, Seth. I mean, those are beautiful. I mean, gorgeous.
I just want to say it was really amazing, and this is just what he showed us.
Right?
Yeah. Where's the other stuff, Jammer?
In fact, Jammer, you've talked about coming back and bringing additional cards, correct, Jammer?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you've got all those cards that I sent on.
That's correct.
Sent to you, so you mean you could.
Unfortunately, we don't have all day and all night. So
I'm
that's why
just saying.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if you wanted to send them to Mr. X or whoever, and then if they wanted to make me an offer.
Oh no! We're gonna have you back to record another one. Then
Yeah,
we'll show it.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll do it.
I'm up for
We
whatever.
loved having you. Okay, so Mr. X is crunching some numbers here, but definitely interested.
Well, you want to know something? Do you want to? Let's see. Did he say which cards they are, so you can share that with us before we know the numbers, Jason?
Yeah. I was about to do that. So he's interested in 5 cards in particular, and the cards that he's looking at are both of the Geek cards.
Not surprised.
The Crushman Hex Auto, and the Showtime Those are all from the Alpha set. And then one Griffey, the pretty boy. The pretty boy 101, nice game, pretty boy, Hex. So he's crunching final numbers now.
All right. Well, while he crunches the final numbers, want to
Mhm.
remind everybody that this Bo Jackson battle, what's it worth, is brought to you by.
Got BoBA cards? Don't guess the price. Look up their value now at radishpriceguide.com.
All right. Don't forget, you can always go there. And I will go ahead and let's see, Jason, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at those cards that we just talked about. And let me go ahead and remove the cards he's not interested in. And we'll tell you what our panel said. So our panel said the numbers are, the low end was 5,800 for the 5 cards we're talking about. The 2 geek promos for Crushman and AI, the Crushman Hex Auto, Nice Game Pretty Boy, Showtime Hex Blizzard. So the low is 5,800, the high is 7,600, and the average is 6,700 according to the data from Radish Price Guide and our subject matter experts.
What did you say the high was?
The high is 7,600 for those 5, according to radishpriceguide.com from eBay sales. And that, by the way, when we say eBay sales, Rob, those are final sale prices, right? Those are 130 point prices. Those are not listed prices, correct?
That's correct. And I will say, like with how rare some of these cards are, there's no sales out there, so we have to go and look at the data on other similar cards that have sold.
Yep.
Yeah.
And of course, Seth from Mainly Breaks, who handles the product consistently. Seth, you've been breaking BoBA for how long now?
Breaking BoBA since update. So it's been early August we started.
Yeah. And how many shows do you think you've done since then?
Oh, at least once a week. So I don't know. You got to go 20, 30, something.
Oh,
around
more than
there.
20, Seth. More than 20. Yeah.
More than 20. I
Yeah.
can't do math. You guys are the math guys.
No, you're
I hate to interrupt y'all, but looking at these cards and that Mr. X is working on, there's one card that he's not interested in that I'm kind of surprised, and I know somebody on the panel would be interested in. The Donnie Buckets Pink Hex.
Well, Donnie Buckets wasn't in there. Donnie Baseball
No.
was. I'm sorry.
I'm
Jay.
sorry. You're right. Donnie Baseball. Donnie Baseball.
Forget
Yes.
about my Donnie.
Pink. Yeah. Pink Hex.
Who
That's
wants
not
that?
on Mr. X's list.
No.
Would anybody on the panel be interested in making an offer on that guy?
Too rich for my blood right now, but it's a beautiful card I will enjoy from this side.
I would do I might do an alpha. Let me think about it. An alpha update jumbo box.
Alpha update jumbo box.
You know you like to rip, Jammer. You know
I
you
know
like
I
to
do.
rip.
I know I do. You know,
Scratch the itch, buddy. Scratch the itch.
Just think about hey, based on what I've seen of your collection, trust me, you're gonna hit gold out of whatever I send you.
Yeah, you're gonna get a ticket, a national ticket out of that jumbo. That's Slappy's.
I could literally take the box. I could put it in my driveway, back over it, and somehow Jammer would pull a PSA 10 out of that thing, like with his box.
Yeah, that would be crazy, huh?
Yes.
The last sale on the Radish Price Guide for an update jumbo is $22.75.
I know. Let me think about it, Jammer. I might get back to you. Donnie Baseball's my guy. So if you're open,
Well,
to
you know,
see
I got it. You know who's got it?
Yeah, right. Exactly. And there's only one of them.
We don't have
Jammer's
to-
got
have
it.
to do it
So-
tonight.
The last question I want to ask Jammer, and I know we got to wrap up the show, but Jammer, is there any concern on your part on Crushman is that his career is not going to be what it's expected? So you're kind of like, you're open to selling a lot. You have a huge collection, so people have to understand.
I'm open to selling whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
but so that didn't enter your mind, like you're worried about his career. That's not driving any of this at all. Okay.
No, you know, and I mean, you know, it's funny because we all have, you know, because I look at it like this. When you're looking at price guides, especially stuff that's not, you know, nothing sold yet, and especially when there's, you know, rare plus. I mean, like I said, some people don't like PSA or tag or whatever. They want them raw. That's all opinions again.
Yeah,
I don't have to sell anything. You know, I'm happy. I mean, I could hold on to it and, you know, wait for the right time, and that's one of those things. If you could find somebody that's got like Donnie Baseball and they go, hey, I'll give you that. I'll give you $5,000 for that card. And it's like, I'd be dumb not to,
Anthony,
Everything's got a price.
do you know why Anthony he slabs everything? Because he sticks it on his pillow and he sleeps next to each one.
If that's not the biggest big dog statement ever, like I don't need to
Yeah,
sell
well,
it. You guys,
So Anthony,
Yeah,
you're
right.
telling me your wife's got all the rads from
Yes.
from steel to hex?
well, no, it's 100% still rad spec deck.
Okay.
So 115 to 160, all still rads.
Oh, so you got all the.
So when we show up to play competitively, it's rad after
Well, no, but I
rad
mean,
after
you-
rad.
Yeah, you've got all the what do I want to say? The freaking like Crushman and all them.
Yeah, if it's 160 between
Yeah.
115, yes.
Oh, but you don't have like you don't have grandmama and steel and like that.
No, from Alpha we have.
Okay, so
we have
you got everything up to
Opera.
160.
Right. I only need 6 of them. I only
Okay.
need 6 of them, so I don't. It's not everyone. It's just to make
Right,
my deck.
right. What I wanted to say was the freaking. God, I had it in my head, and it's the featured heroes.
Mm-hmm.
See, and that's when I was going for trying to go all from the steel to the glow, featured heroes and everything, and I'm about 200 out of the 300 you need for that set.
That's
And
still
so-
crazy.
Oh, it is crazy.
You
I
have a
mean-
lot.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I have some good news for you, Jammer. We have a number from Mr. X. Mr. X would like to offer you, for those 5 cards that we mentioned, an offer of $6,200. Remember, the high on those was 7,600. The low was 5,800, and he's at 6,200 to buy those 5 cards.
You said the low was 5,800.
Yes, sir.
And let's see. Let me look at something real quick here.
Okay, take your time. Take your time. And maybe I should have mentioned this in some of our other shows, guys. One of y'all's best friends, Big U, I don't know if you know him. He collects howitzer, and he's only short a couple parallels. So if anybody knows of any parallels for howitzer, let Big U know. Yeah.
Wait, which ones are you short?
I have to look behind me. There's a couple reds, couple linoleums.
Okay.
The pink hex, and then
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's been ripped, and the green glow. So,
And I will say, so Jason, when we're looking at this offer 6,200, of course, I always like to look at it. What is it less eBay fees? And it, people can quibble a little bit differently, but it's around a $7,100 eBay offer. So if Jammer goes to eBay, it's going to take about 7,100. And again, the low on these 5 cards were 5,800. The high was 7,600. And
Yeah.
then the average was 6,700. And right now that 6,200 is really equivalent to eBay 7,100. About
and equivalent to you finding 5 buyers in one instead of.
No, I could find. I believe. I can find buyers. I'm not worried about that.
Mhm.
My whole thing is all I got to do is go on Discord and go, hey guys, I'm gonna freaking, somebody's gonna come up with good, with agreeable numbers. I'll say.
Mhm. Well, do you
I'm not
have
looking-
an agreeable offer you want to?
I look at what he's offering me, and for what I look at the price of those, I look at I'd have to have $6,800 for all of them.
Okay.
Those are. I'm breaking up a set for one. When I got steel through hex through gum actually for Crushman.
Mhm. So
And I'm to me those 2 195s. Those are minimum for both of them together. Even minimum $3,000. I could
Yeah.
And then, like I said, the Showtime, 1,200. I'm good with that.
Mhm.
And the Crushman hex, 1,400. And so, like I said,
And Jammer, when you
looking-
say the two promos are 3,000, just so the audience knows, the average we had for those averaged out to 2688. So you can
Yeah.
say it's 3,000, just to let you know it's like with the panel. And
Oh,
of
I
course,
know.
everybody has
Yeah.
their opinion. Panel says 2688, but that's
But I know there's guys I know Seatown's one of those guys that missed the boat on it.
Mm.
And there's other guys out there that missed the boat on it. If I put those two out there, I probably can get $2,000 each for them. But I'm not looking,
Yeah.
I don't know. And again,
I just love that you called out Seatown. I
Right.
always love calling out Seatown.
oh,
That's
Seatown's
amazing.
good shit. I got to know those
Oh, he's a
guys.
great guy. He's a great. I
I
just love
went to-
messing with him. He's a
Let me
great.
tell you this. Last year, I won a 2,000-mile round trip to frickin' Alexandria to Kentucky for a tournament, my first tournament ever. And that's where I got to meet Galileo. All these guys I've been talking to on
Yeah.
Discord and stuff.
All
'Cause
great guys.
I didn't start till
Cursive.
Friday last year,
Yeah.
And
So, do you want me to send that offer, Jammer, to Mr. X for $6,800?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if he takes it, he takes it. If he doesn't, I'm okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. X, we have a counter offer from Jammer for $6,800. Would you accept that offer?
So, Jammer, real quick, I remember seeing the pink Donnie Baseball 1 appear briefly on a stream very early on in Bo Jackson Battle Arena's existence.
Back when the breaks were fun.
They're still pretty fun.
Is that a shot?
And I'll say this.
Okay.
The fun has been the fun is, hey, we're gonna do all players, and that takes the fun out of collecting because I'm one of those guys. If I'm gonna collect a card, I want the whole set, or at least a good part of it.
Yeah.
I don't want one guy or one hero, and that's what it's kind of taking the fun out of the to me.
Sure.
This is me now to the collecting thing. If everybody's breaking the same way, that sucks. And we used to have so much fun. We do box breaks, battles, pack battles, and stuff.
Oh, the pack battles were a lot of fun. So, Jammer, I mean, you may not know this,
You know.
but we got kind of handcuffed from whatnot with what we're allowed to do. So that's why most of things have disappeared. It's just because we're not permitted to do that anymore on the whatnot platform.
That's just crazy. That there's got to be a way you could do a Discord platform or something, or because it's crazy how.
All right. Well, we're not gonna.
No,
you know
I
what?
know exactly.
I think
Yeah.
I think we bring Jammer on Bo Battle Breakers for breakfast live every Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern, and we put him inside the circle.
Yeah.
And then he can shoot out and we can shoot in and we
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
But this is not that show. All right. We're not
Yeah.
talking
No, hey,
Absolutely.
I know.
So, Jammer,
Hey.
I just heard back from Mr. X.
I seen this.
and
Hold
he's
on, wait.
gonna-
You want to know what I heard from Mr. X? I
What's
heard
it-
this, Jason.
Big U breaks. Get ready to pull some bombs today.
I love it. Hey guys, hey Rob, good seeing you too. I haven't seen you since this past summer at the National, and
Yeah.
it was good.
Well,
It was good.
hey,
time.
Jammer,
And
hold on.
You too.
you haven't
Cursive,
heard what-
Anthony.
You haven't heard what Mr. X said about your counter.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
What did he say?
Mr. X is passed on your counter.
Yeah,
of the,
That's
of the
okay.
six-
Hey,
Okay. And
you know.
but still out there is the topic that Slappy, you said a jumbo for.
Well,
the-
I need to go back
baseball?
and look. Yes, I'm gonna go back and look at the valuations. Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna table that one, is what we're saying.
Yes.
Slappy's a horror.
And when Crushman has a good year again this year, hey, well, I'll be happy again.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
guys. That's
Yeah.
right.
All right.
Well, look,
Let-
Guy Jammer, I truly appreciate you sharing your collection with us. And I
Anytime.
think that I speak for everyone here that the cards that you have in your collection are absolutely beautiful and it was just a privilege. It was a privilege to see your collection because you don't get the opportunity to see those things
Same here.
anywhere. So thank you for coming on. And guys, thank you, Anthony and Big Rob and Seth. Thank you so much. And Slappy.
Hey,
Yeah.
and we will put in the Discord. We'll put the link to the Radish Discord, to the Bo Jackson Battle Arena Discord. It's a social app, media app,
Yeah.
and Jammer's in that. So if you've seen some of the cards there today and you're interested in connecting with Jammer, that's a great way to do that. And so we'll make sure to put that in the show notes so you're able to get there.
Okay.
Yeah. And I said anytime. I said, Jason, you look me up on Discord.
Yes, sir. I will. I definitely will.
Hey,
And I
hey,
appreciate
Kelly,
you. Yeah.
I want to do a personal goodbye to Kelly, my man over here. You
All right,
brought me up
buddy.
here at Alexandria. We shared some free ones at National. The next one's on me, buddy.
Absolutely. I look forward to it, buddy.
Yeah.
And
And look, Jammer, look, come visit some of us breakers. I know you're not happy with how we're doing some things, but look, we try to have as much fun as we can. Look, Anthony
right.
was at a mall.
Yeah.
Hey, on that note, I'm gonna call it Jason. We're not gonna get into breaking. This is breakdancing battle. What it's worth.
It's
Thanks, everyone.
All right, guys, have a great night. Thank y'all.